good news broadcasters, huh?
You know, they interviewed...
You didn't watch it. It's too aggravating.
They interviewed, by the way, Ira and Elisa, they interviewed Paul Anka. You know, Trump was going to dance with Melania to the tune My Way. And Nancy Sinatra basically put the kibosh on that. She said, my father doesn't want to sing for you.
All right.
So they were going to, you know, they asked Paul Anka. Now, Paul Anka said that for the inaugural ball or whatever it is, he was going to sing My Way, you know, but he's been getting a lot of hate mail. So they asked him, well, do you agree with any of his policies? So there was a real long pregnant pause. And Paul Anka said, I was only doing it out of the respect for the presidency, for the office, you know, that, you know, he would sing it, you know, but he says, you could tell from my pregnant pause, he says, we don't agree on anything.
Okay, here's Elisa's interpretation of today. You ready? I have to say I actually enjoyed it today, and you know my feelings about Trump. However, after hearing his speech, I will give him a chance to run this nation.
And you can tell she's got the flu. She's running a fever.
Yeah, but she's thinking straight.
No, look, I understand that. I don't expect much. Let's put it that way, okay?
Ira said really it was a day of mourning.
Well, it is. For us guys on the left, it is a day of mourning.
Yeah, it's right. And to most of the guys on the far right, it's a day of mourning.
And basically, yeah, the far right too, because he doesn't agree with much of what they have to say either.
They call him a populist, whatever that means.
It means you go the way the wind blows.
No, it means you do what your people like.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You go the way the wind blows. If the people want this, you do this. If they want that, you do that. But
what's wrong with that?
Well, too many people want change, and they'll see the kind of change they're going to get. They may not like it.
Well, again, another 8 years of Obama would not have done any good.
I didn't ask for 8 years of Obama.
Well, Hillary would have been worse.
That's why they should have gone with Bernie, because Bernie has more in common. A lot of things Bernie wanted, you know, deep down in his heart. Trump wanted too. There was more, you know, in common between Bernie and Trump than there was really between Hillary and Trump. Except that, look, Hillary lied once too often. How many times did I say this on this show? Come on, you know me.
Yep, I agree with you.
She ran a very poor campaign, and you can't blame the Russians. They might have had a little bit to do with it.
Not enough to sway the votes.
Comey had a little bit to do with it also, the way he released, you know, his letters and everything. But a lot of it also was they didn't trust her, you know. Yeah. She would say one thing, and then it would come out that she really did something else, and she would try to talk it back. And there's a limit to how much you could talk back.
As Trump said, he only went to the states where he felt he could win, and he worked them to get the
but at the end,
count.
He went to Michigan, he went to Ohio, he went to Minnesota,
the states
and Wisconsin.
He wanted to win. States he had to win.
If she had won those states, she would be the president.
Exactly.
Now.
That's what he's saying.
But she took it for granted that she was going to get him, and she didn't.
Well, listen, the pollsters had it wrong. Let's face it.
Well, listen, Ohio, she had made one trip to Ohio. I don't even know why we're talking about this, because it's over and done with. But she made one trip to Ohio in 6 months. And the people more or less wrote her off because they figured, well, you know, we're not that important to her. You know?
Well, didn't she come back and have a concert the night before? Free concert?
Oh, with Jay-Z and Beyonce and
the audience loved it.
Yeah, well, you know, that doesn't translate into votes. That's entertainment.
I know.
You know what Trump said to that? Trump said, I don't need all these people to entertain in order to get votes.
I'm entertainment enough for them. Oh, we've got the Lisa just. Well, she just. Okay, let's see. She says it's not that we have a choice anymore. The people choose.
That's true.
And
The people
yes,
decided.
Hillary was not smart at all with her campaign. Plus, she went into it thinking she was going to win.
Yeah, she went.
Everybody
It's true.
was laughing about it. Trump, he'll never win. What are we? It's a joke. He's a joke.
Hey, listen, I still remember him coming down those that escalator, in June of 15.
Hey, what a joke, huh? Well, he may be a joke, but he's Mr. President joke now.
I'm trying to think. How would I describe to my father and mother that Donald Trump is the President of the United States? My father would probably respond and say, well, try to explain to people that Ronald Reagan, who used to star in movies with a monkey, was the president for 8 years.
And well-liked by Democrats and Republicans.
Well, Republicans, they revere him. They all like to say they are Ronald Reagan Republicans.
Not all of them. A lot
or
of
Ronald Reagan Democrats.
Yeah, a lot of Ronald, and a lot of Republicans also didn't like him. So it's hard to say. But if nothing else, nobody realized it. But Trump ran a very smart campaign.
Well, you got to give him credit. He did.
And nobody gave him credit till
Hey, listen, he was a bully, and in the long run, it paid off for him.
What do you mean he was a bully?
That doesn't even warrant a response.
It wasn't supposed to. It was not supposed to.
Well, I have to say, I'm glad that Ira is listening. I hope we don't disappoint him, because I know he'd rather be dancing. But
where does he go dancing?
I don't know. You'd have to ask him.
Okay, where do you go dancing?
Give the place a plug, Ira. Come on.
Are you married, Ira? I don't know.
He's got he's in a long-time relationship.
Okay, so he's whatever. That's good.
Besides, at our age, you really don't get married. Living together is practically the same thing.
Yeah, because for tax purposes, it's better not to be married when you're old.
Yeah, you lose your Social Security drops.
Yep. Absolutely correcto mente, my friend. Anyway, we're, I don't know. I'm tired pressing my finger all this whole time for the show.
I tell you, when I called you up, I was surprised that you did a show.
Yeah, so was I. I really was surprised that I did it. But I thought it would be okay.
You see, but I just want my other two friends to know that I could have done this, I could have phoned in like you had suggested, but I purposely wanted to be here just in case they were going to be online,
Ah, yes. Loyalty, we love it. Loyalty to the listeners. Well, that's what I said. He showed up. Can't ask for more than that.
Nope. Really can't.
And we're glad you did. All right,
so, Ira, have you been looking at the movie schedule? I know I got your email. And I read
Ira, before we say the Ira, we're off the chat. We're not looking at the chat rooms for a couple of seconds. So if you're answering anything, we're not ignoring it. Your answers is just that we'll be back on the chat room in 2 minutes.
We're on another screen for a second.
Take care of some business. All right, Bach. If I'm not talking, you got to say something. You know that I'm.
Oh well, that's.
You know that I'm working here very.
That's true. I didn't remember the truck. Other than passengers and
here I am working hard fixing the computer.
I know. I'm talking Ira. I'm trying to. Other than passengers and what is it? Split. I don't remember the other choices that were printed up, but Passengers is on way too late. I can tell you right now, at 3:45 in the afternoon in a dark movie theater, I'll be sleeping. So I know me, and it doesn't pay to. While it sounded interesting and everything, I do remember, the commercials for it about the two people waking up in the middle of hyperspace. Okay, and but. Much more than that, I don't know.
All right, let's see. I think we have a caller.
Do we? By the way, do you give people our phone number?
Of course, a few times. Hold on, let me...
Okay, the number here, folks, is 646-595-3275. We'd love to have you phone in for the next 15 minutes or so, at least.
Okay, we have Elisa on.
Hey.
Everybody's being very loyal today.
Hi.
Now, she just wants to hear her own voice. That's what it is.
Not at all.
So what you call up for? We know you don't feel well.
There's 15 minutes left. I can't sleep. I'm very uncomfortable. So I'll be loyal.
You are.
You are. That's unbelievable.
And I must say, look, the long and short of it is most people would wish they could echo your words as far as Trump is concerned. But, for a lot of us, we've just seen too much and heard too much, and it would be too much to ask for, So,
yeah, but you have to understand one thing. There's nothing we can do about it. So.
Oh, no, I know.
He is our 45th president. However, one thing I have to say, he is a businessman. So if he runs this country like his business, and I think we'll actually go far. Maybe this is what we need.
Yeah, well, he's
obviously, all the other. Listen, Obama did what he had to do. All right, he did things with the healthcare and all that. Bottom line, this nation, this country needs to build back the money. We need to get money back into this country. There's jobs that need to be put out there. People need jobs, and if Trump is saying that he will do that, then let him do it. But you got to give him a chance. Even though, listen, I'm not a fan of Trump. I never was. But, it is what it is. And if he does what he says he's going to do, then, it's all right by me.
Yeah.
I mean, so far from what I've seen, and I saw part of his speech. It was short, but I think he came right to the point.
I think it was 16 minutes.
Yeah, but he came right to the point, though, didn't he?
Pretty much, yeah. And he didn't say anything about gays.
I know.
He didn't say anything about what?
Gays.
He didn't say anything about the gays.
Well, no, he wasn't going to say anything in his.
No.
I didn't say he did in his speech. I said the legislation that he signed off on stripped the gays of their their rights.
Not at all.
Their special rights. He said they don't deserve special rights.
When did you ever hear that?
This afternoon.
From who?
My son.
You listen to your son?
Well, Look, when it comes to something like that, he would know.
He would know.